Tune in, it's time for Comedy G. Bringing stars and stories, it's where you wanna be. From celebs to entrepreneurs, she's got the scoop. Community and entertainment, she's in the loop. Every smile a burst of velvet light. Through the screen she shines so bright. With the laughs and tales that weave tonight.
Well, welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you're tuned into the Cammie Grayson Show. And tonight, I have a very, very special guest. He goes by the name of Bert Carri. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Good, I said it right. Well, Bert, welcome to the show. Well, I'm going to call you Coach Bert because I like that better.
Yeah, so, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you.
So tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, things started with a little event. I have 3 granddaughters, and I took them to a soccer game practice, and I was there with certain parents and moms, and somebody got a nice big Apple iPod or so, and I thought she was gonna check us emails in the middle of practice. I just feel uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything. She hands it to a 2-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. And the girl started browsing and all kinds of things. So what I'm trying to do is make an awareness to us, parents, grandparents, anyone, to see if we can possibly manage the screen time and build memories of a lifetime with our families, loved ones, and plan ahead things and see what activities can we do with their families instead of using this too much.
Right. So you're trying to make awareness of just pulling away from the cell phone devices and the iPads and just letting people enjoy life as without these equipments, right? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yes. And so the goal would be to. I understand. You can see I was born in the 50s. So there was nothing, no cell phones, TVs were about this big right here, all kinds of things. So I know, I hate to say that, but I feel like 40, but I'm a little 70. So the thing is, I understand now that many parents both have to work. And a lot of them, in many instances, they have businesses and they got to depend a lot on this, devices, which we understand. That's not a situation. What I'm planning to do is just provide some awareness, and our website is called beautifuldays.life, to see what ideas can we have to schedule events with the family. Let's just say cookie nights on a Tuesday nights, bicycle. Nowadays, you can get a bicycle on the internet for $20 and spend some time going around the block with the family. That's what I'm trying to
Oh, that's great. That's a great concept. I see that a lot too, especially in the summer. A lot of parents start trying to work on that, but what can we do to, because a lot of times the electronic devices are babysitters, that's kind of what the parents, use to get rid of the kid to, so they can work on what they're working on or do what they're doing. So how do we pull away from that generation? How do we fix that? You have any idea of what we can do to change those things?
Yeah, well, let's go back a little bit of 2007. Mr. Wonderful Steve Jobs, he brings out the cell phone. Before that, there were no cell phones. It could have been some kind of a phone that you can just communicate back and forth and this. Then instead of the digital ones and all this internet, fast internet. So what I've been trying to do is just make an awareness of that, because our generation, mine, not yours, because you're still beautiful and young, but there are others. There's people are basing themselves into this though, and we may or may not. Some of us people may not be aware of the situation that the cell phone can cause in regards even in regards teenagers that right now, Generation X, boys and girls, some of them develop certain amount of anxiety, and I'm sorry to be this straight, but also somehow some depression as well, because they
Hmm.
want to be compared with this young woman who is doing this, and she is at the party and I am not. And the boys, unfortunately, I mean, this is by stats, statistics. They get into a lot of games, constant games and constant games. And fortunately and unfortunately, there are certain apps that they don't ask you for PG-13. So anyone who's having a phone right here and you want to look about some kind of adult content per se, not exactly other content, they can just press the button and say yes, I am 18, and things go through. So that's what I'm trying to make the awareness, and also because some of us, again, we may not know that there's phones also create, as we all know, a certain amount of addiction and attraction. They are engineered to make you addictive. I understand. I myself, according to my phone, I check my phone two, three, or 100 more times a day just to see the phone, just to see who's calling, who's not.
Hmm.
So that could be also an inconvenience, to make an awareness that it may not be convenient too much to leave the phones there to our loved ones. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, so I'm just gonna I guess because this is a different type of interview, but I do want to say that I know me for one, me personally, I remember buying a cell phone that was in a bag, like the Batmobile, carrying a bag around with a big battery that would get hot. So I mean, I've always been electronic person, I always loved anything electronics. And
Yeah.
so you're 100% right. If I leave my phone somewhere, I'm having a hard time to function because I need
Mhm.
to know where I left my phone. I wake
Correct.
up in the morning, the first thing I grab is my phone.
Correct.
And not only do I grab it, but I do a lot of work. Some of this work that you see now, I've done that from my phone.
Yeah.
So it's a mini computer. It helps a whole lot. It's convenient, and I'm older, of course, and and it's me. I should be able to say, hey, you know what? Between 7 at night and 7 a.m., I shouldn't touch this phone.
Correct.
But how do we can I can discipline myself to not touch that phone. I probably could if I was challenged or something like that. But how do we do that with our teenagers? The little kids, I can see us doing it, like your baby in the picture. I can see us doing that for them. But when they like my kids' age, how do you stop that? I mean, what are the solutions? What can we do as adults and parents and aunts and things to not let our little ones be addicted to this? Because you're right. On TikTok, I saw where they were bullying someone on social media and the girl killed herself. So it's all kinds of things happening, and it's technology and it's growth and it's evolution. So what do you think we can do to kind of help curve that and solve that, opposed to just making the awareness? We can tell them about it all day long, but we have to have an action, right? An action plan to implement to make it happen. So what are the steps that we need to do to work with that for that season?
Correct. So there's been also other studies in regard to behavioral science from all of us, from teenagers to adults to over 70s or so.
Hmm.
And there are nowadays a lot of information on books and on YouTube. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but that's the way it goes, on how to plan our days in our minds. So one of the best things that we can do is get a calendar and get ourselves into the phone in the mornings. And I don't know if you do it, but lately within the last two, Cami, oh
Hmm.
hi, I thought I lost him. Sorry. So
Yeah.
within the last maybe 10 years or so, there has been a lot of push for meditation, deep
Mm.
breathing. And the first thing we should do, because it takes just 5 to 10 minutes, you can have your day can start so much better and continue throughout the rest of the evening if you set up your mind for success per se, and then for the day, a lot of people say nowadays that never you should never start your day without writing it in paper. So the night before, write things you're gonna do during the day. Then in the morning, first thing, this phone should be away. I mean, there's so many ways that we can put an alarm. All of the ways. I mean, we can go anywhere and just get a little square, put it nearby the light or so. But the first thing we should do is just meditate, take some deep breaths, relax, and then have some kind of a affirmation for us. In
Mm,
my case, I always say I'm always grateful for the building that I have. I happen to be an apartment manager, so my housing is very convenient. I'm grateful for the vehicles that I have. I don't know if I mentioned you have a couple of Harley Davidsons, even though I love them.
yeah, I saw
So
that you
there,
had Harleys.
yeah. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of things that I'm grateful for. The air we breathe, the food that we have, and start thinking positive things in the morning. First thing in the morning, just first thing. Don't touch this for a few minutes. If you can make it five, then push it to seven, then push it to 10. And if you can do it 15 minutes in your mind, thinking about how can your day be built and go through, that'll be very convenient. But if we start checking this, one thing goes to the Instagram, one thing is go to the TikTok, you said,
Yes.
then it's a couple emails, and then you can spend, I mean, don't get me wrong, I could spend maybe half an hour and I'm still in bed just browsing to it. So I am guilty of that. So let this, but also in the evenings, the last thing we're gonna do, the worst thing we're gonna do is to get on the computer an hour before that. So it could be very helpful. Again, start sort of like a deep cleaning our cluster mind from the computer, the screen, little by
Mhm.
little, maybe an hour. Get a cup of tea and just make an effort. Again, we can put a little alarm in our phones, which you should, and just make an effort to start completely staying away from that. There's so many books. Let me show my book here. There's so many books like this, like my book. We can read before some kind of meditation,
Mhm.
relaxation, deep breathing. There's a lot of good things that we can do early in the morning and that. And then once we all charged up with good thoughts, with good energy, with good vibes, then hit the son of a gun. And then start going through, and then do all kinds of things. But see if in the mornings we can set up somehow a ritual per se that we can say
Mhm.
this is what I'm going to do before getting to this, because there's been time I remember many years ago, before, well, maybe it's a 4 or 5 or so, when I couldn't live without this thing. It was just that my whole life wasn't here, and now it happens to be not much. It is like you said, but not much anymore. I'm able to handle things. I go to the gym every day and I swim a mile, which is 32 laps, and I bike away. There's a lot of good things that I lost also a lot of weight. So all this is getting me into a
Mm.
get the hooked up list to this, get into the bicycle thing, get into my grandkids, get into move, 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 move. That's what it is. So having a ritual in the morning, have some things in the night, and don't ever start your day with that habit in writing. Ever, ever, ever. Don't just so oh I'm gonna do this first. Oh I might no, just have sort of like an itinerary or some kind of a step-by-step thing that you can do, and start that way. That's my 10 cents.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we come back. We're gonna go over the steps of what you're thinking, and then how people can get in touch with you, and then some words of wisdom. Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. All right. Okay, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned into the Cammie Grayson Show, and I am here with Coach Bert. And man, he is going over some phenomenal things that we all need to hear. Because I'm, for one, is guilty, as guilty as charged of what he's saying. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense because we didn't have these all the time. We didn't have these electronic devices following us to bed. And he's right. The first thing I do in the morning is check my messages. That's the first thing I do in the morning, check my messages. And so, how can we condition ourselves to stop checking these messages? What can we do? You mentioned like we can go get a cup of tea. Just don't look at that phone. Maybe we need to detox. You think it's a such thing as detoxing from electronic devices?
Well, yeah, that's one very convenient thing because the word detox sometimes relates to food and other things. But what we can do is start slowly getting disengaged with the screens. And what I'm referring with the screen, just anything that has a screen in front of us. Could be the cell phone, could be the iPad, could be the monitors, could be anything. Because I don't know if you're aware, Cami, that some of the screens have certain rotation on the scopes and on the lights and on the
Mm-hmm.
background components that get it. It goes like this. Also, something very important I wanted to touch real quick. There's certain glasses that are computer glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So that also could be very convenient to wear while you're using this. We don't know at this point in time. Apparently, radiation is not a factor right now, an issue per se. We don't know if it's
Mm-hmm.
going to affect our eyes eventually later because, like you said, I am guilty of just looking at the screen constantly, maybe on my lunch break or so. But again, start think about and plan, like I mentioned to you, how to disengage from my computers, from my screens. We can start with a book. There's a lot of things we can do. Set up in a chair with the dim lights and a cup of tea or decaf, and just get a light there and just start deep breathing and relax and just start letting it go. A lot of people find this so relaxing. They sleep much better and we get in better health. So,
Mm-hmm.
in by the way, in regards to health, a lot of us that are into age consider our health the very, very, very highest top priority. It's the most important
Mm-hmm.
one because if
Mm-hmm.
we don't have it, oh boy, that's a big situation. So
Right.
maybe the disengaging slowly, turn everything away. There's a lot of people who have laptops, just up and down, put them in the office. If you have a room with a computer room, completely lock it, put the freaking thing, lash it, and just walk away. Because at 9 and 10 o'clock, most of us we get into the funny YouTube videos and all the things and who's wearing this and all the motivational speakers, and
Mm-hmm.
which is wonderful. But there is no time. Our brains take a while to disseminate the new change. We're looking at the screens, and they are engineered to keep us focused on those things, to keep us just looking at them and be engaged into that. So the moment we just turn away, lock them down, close them up, that would be more convenient than that.
I
It is
love it. I
hard.
love it. So give us some words of wisdom. So you've telling us all these different things that we need to do to kind of pull ourselves away from electronic devices. But give us some words of wisdom where people can really the bullet points. What they really need to do. How to get started. Do they need to go to the website to kind of look at some ideas of what you already came up with that's on your website, or what do they need to do? How do we get started from scratch?
Correct. Well, yeah, the website is called beautifuldays.life. Life. We're going to change it to love lately. There, it's mainly focused to the families, to activities like scavengers go all over, getting to the zoo, which is a wonderful, beautiful thing. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many aquariums in our towns most of the time. A just little drive to the river or so, and just get involved into that. But I feel like the most important part of everything, it's put it on the paper. and say today it's Monday. We could do some cookie night, and then Wednesday we can watch a movie all together. I know it's a screen, but at least nobody's gonna be like this. So there's families that on the website of the also have some audios too for
Mm-hmm.
parents. Those are for free. There's no cost. Anybody can just download them as a way to be together, and also for parents because I'm still a parent, a grandparent, just to stay away from everything because our mind sometimes just gets stuck to the day, to the activities, to the businesses, and all that. Then also again, put it in writing, and why not to go online and find out where can we go with that being online.
One little hour that you have to be on these devices. Go to that and find out where you can go.
Yeah, on my yeah. So go there, go check them out. We're not supposed to go. Go to the zoo, go to the aquarium, the circus, the rivers around us, somewhere, anywhere. There's just walks, parks. There's a lot of activities for children nowadays. There's theaters. There's so many activities that the children can do instead of getting hooked up to this. Now, I've seen, my son and my daughter-in-law, they put a little brief sign with big, nice red letters. Leave your phone in the car. So what do? I just put it back in the car, and that's all I do. And I spend time with them. And I will, of course, there's a cell phone somewhere in the kitchen, top of the fridge, in case something happens. But yeah. So that's one of the things that we could do. Is go to the website, realize things. Let's just get a vision of what can we do to plan and stay as much as we can or balanced this little guy right here as much as we can. Because again, as you and I were mentioning, and myself too, we need this because that's many times our schedule,
Right.
our agenda, and we're not going to be away from it. We're not going to put. I told my daughter that I dearly love a joke the other day, and I tell her, well, honey, I'm sorry, after 10 o'clock, what happened if we got an emergency? And I told her, well, you can call 911. I mean, there's someone who comes all over the place. But again, there's a lot of things that when it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, some families the lights are dim, no TV screen anywhere. Either they're talking or they're just exchanging things. They're working on
Mhm.
puzzles and other
Mhm.
things. So those are the things we can do. Just go to the website. But if not, again, get into just a very simple calendar. You can buy a printing on the computer and the printer and just put here plan ahead. I've seen families they have the whole year around. In summer we're gonna go to this indoor water park, and in winter we're gonna do this and this and that. And
Mhm.
nowadays, because sometimes they're not visited. That when you do your family package, you can spend less than $200 for two family members and enjoy it so much though. There are
Oh,
also
wow.
indoor playgrounds during the winter. So all these things are very, very fabulous. And yeah, because exactly, and I'm not sure where we're going to go with this in 10 years per se. But if we can put an hour to teenagers, to young kids, to put them down and just to get engaged with them, and our have the and we have also ourselves have the initiative to do that.
Mhm.
It's gonna be hard though. I just don't
Yeah.
know how far we can go there.
Yeah. I'll probably be like a drug addict. Probably if you took my phone away, I'll probably be.
Having withdrawals. No, I see. No, let me tell you something. There was an accident. I see an accident situation in one of our bathrooms. This a man dropped his cell phone in the toilet, and
Oh
he couldn't see. He got so desperate he couldn't remember, like me, no one single phone number of anything of anybody.
no,
So
I don't know
luckily,
anyone's
on this
number anymore.
computer study, sent emails to his family member. I mean, it was such a chaos. But again, if we don't have this, now it takes some people. I don't know if you're aware of this, Cami, that it takes 21 days. That's what they say to build a habit.
Right.
The more we build good habits, it'll be a habit, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Right.
It'll be
It's a
then
mental
what?
thing. Yeah, it's a mental
Correct.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
Then
talked
you're not
about that
gonna
on the
think.
previous show.
Then you're not
Yeah.
gonna think, oh, I need to talk to my family. Like, what are we gonna do? No, it's gonna be every first of the month. This could happen. Every first of the week, this could happen. Yeah, and myself in my case, I don't think about driving my car or motorcycle to the gym every day. I just don't think oh, I want to put the key on. I want to not just drive and I just get in and do all the exercise. And I don't think about feeding good myself, cooking good food. I just cook it and do all those things. That's another thing. The attention, our minds, and
Mhm.
I have my wife says that we are where we eat. So it's important for us to feed ourselves and our minds good things and try to balance our lives with the cell phone and activities, family activities, build memories of a lifetime. But also, it's very convenient to provide ourselves with good ingredients in our foods
I
and
love it.
drink all of
Absolutely
them.
love it. Well, Bert, tell people how they can get in touch with you.
That's correct. So the most convenient thing would be just go to beautiful days dot life instead of dot com dot life. I'm also on Instagram. I also have other brands. But let's start with the website beautifuldays.life, Life. So they can just go over and see what's there. Then we're going to start building more activity. We're going to start giving gift cards and trips and choo-choo train and all the things. So I'm just going to ahead. But let's go. We can start with that for now. Yes.
Okay. Well, let us know what we can do to help. If
Thank
you
you.
want to send anything this way for us to give away to our viewers and our listeners, we'd be happy to do that for you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you so much for being a guest today. And just call us when you need us. You have our email. So we're here
Yeah.
for you.
Thank you very much. Okay, you're
You
wonderful. Appreciate it.
absolutely. Thank you. Okay,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.
Until next week, right here, SKST Radio. Bye for now.